Kaito just informed us that nobody could hear us, and I'm sorry.
Was it not plugged in?
In all the monkey buttons, the microphone got pushed aside.
There's a lot of things.
The cord came loose.
We shared the secrets of the universe and some of the secrets of other
guys.
universes.
You are out of luck.
Robbi is printing the agenda. I was missing my pants. The pants have been found. The agenda has been printed. So a lot of things have happened.
Matthew sent me these things literally 3 minutes ago.
That sounds accusatory, Robbi Bear, as if you think there's something remiss or lacking about that. Could you please remove these documents that are in front of our faces so that I can see Command Central? How was your weekend, friends? All right. It's nice to see you. It's very nice to see you. I can't hear you guys. Sound is off properly. Thank you, E, for informing us of that. Shall we dive right into today's agenda? Shall we see what's going to happen today's show? Friends, it is Space Week. Space Week is beginning.
Space Week.
Who was it that suggested that? Was it Everett? Was it Simon? Was it William? I can't remember.
He has a little red dot on the end of his nose.
Where'd it come from? What's going on? Is it some sort of facial blemish?
It is, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe you should, like...
Well, if it's a facial blemish, I can't rub it off. It's just going to be there. How about if you guys agree not to judge and not be distracted, okay? Sometimes these things happen.
I got distracted.
All right. Introductions.
Introduction. Well, my name is Robbi Bear, and I'm an illustrator.
My name is Matthew Swanson. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you weren't done with your introductions. Please continue before I start mine.
I was born in 1975.
That's true.
To Bob and Seiko Bear.
Is this where I'm supposed to tell you that you're being long-winded? Because usually when I get long-winded, you cut in, you're like, "Ush, be quiet, go, move forward, nobody cares." But I think people do care.
When you say introductions, it makes it sound like people
just
have
introduce
no idea
yourself.
who I am.
Say, my name is Robbi, I draw stuff, my name is Matthew, I am a bad speller, and therefore I untie with all of my fellow bad spellers. It's true, I'm not a great speller. What does that say?
We launch this week's theme. Oh, was that a pun, Matthew?
I don't like puns, but I know that other people do. So out of deference to those of you who like puns, I lowered my humor to the level where
don't say that.
What? It's true.
You don't have superior
No, I'm
humor.
super judgy about puns. I am. You know that. You know that about me. You don't have to like that about me.
A good pun is clever.
Right.
You can be clever.
Okay, so there's here. I'm gonna put something in mind. There's a forest with 1,000,000 trees.
Yes.
There's one good tree in that forest.
Yeah.
That is how frequently a pun can be described as good.
Yes, but
one
then isn't
in
that
a million.
Majestic? Wouldn't you want to try for that 1 in a million?
No. You say life is too short to look for that one tree. I will go to a different forest full of more reputable forms of humor. Water. Let's drink it. Let's drink it.
I didn't.
Oh, but I did.
Oh, Matthew brought the water.
I couldn't find my pants, but I did prepare the water in advance.
That's the part that you missed. Was the reason Matthew wasn't here at the beginning was because he was putting on pants. Cheers, bros, kanpai, chin
good.
jackety.
Oh, Maeve and Maris had birthday parties and individual bundt cakes for dessert over their birthday. So here's the question: did Maeve eat all of Maeve's cake and Maris eat all of Maris's cake, or did either or both of them share with their parents or anybody else? I want to know. If you have your own cake, do you get to eat it too? That's a question I don't know the answer to. Theme-related music selection. Okay, you guys. We are going to bypass the regular theme song this week because this week we are lucky enough to have, by Drew Bunting, composer of the theme songs, an album completely space-themed, Jetpack. Produced a few years ago by Bobbledy Books.
It's not completely space themed.
Look at it. Look at all that you see is a spaceman and his vapor.
The songs are not all space themed.
Yeah, but look at the cover, Robbi. Go with the motion here. It's space themed. There's even a song called "Difficult in Space" that I thought maybe we'd listen to a tasty little track of right now. What do you say? Can you cue it up so we can sink our teeth into it, Robbi?
Or hit it with your face.
Oh, wait.
What, did you want to hear the beginning of it? Hey, those are some E's.
Those
Guys,
are some E's
those
at
are
the beginning.
E's that made those sounds at the beginning.
Difficult in space.
I'm going to do some Jackie dances.
Can't use a plate. Taking a drink. It's difficult in space. Gotta use a straw. Or hit it with your face. It's difficult in space. Going to the bathroom. It's difficult in space. Gotta use a vacuum. Suck it all away.
Gross.
Taking a bath. That's difficult in space. Your baby wipes rubbing at a furious pace. 'Cause no one wants to see your bottom in space.
Who says?
Cover up
All right, we are going to stop difficult in space there because
It's difficult on
it is
planet Earth to do all that dancing.
It is a magnificent song written by a magnificent man
Yes.
on a magnificent topic.
It can be found on iTunes. If you look up Drew Bunting.
CD Baby, Spotify,
Yes.
all of your favorite streaming services do have this song. They have the entirety of this space-themed album, Jetpack. Robbie's correct that some of the songs don't deal entirely with the subject of space, but they are flavored by this delicious graphic of a man or a woman or a non-man or woman in a jetpack zooming through the recesses of space. That song, Robbie, raises some interesting questions. How do you do certain basic things in an absence of gravity? In a later verse, it asks how you can boogie with your cutie, for example, in space. It's hard.
Well,
Yes?
if those of you followed the SpaceX launch, you might have seen
Oh.
our two... Oh, am I going ahead of the game here?
Watch
SpaceX
SpaceX launch. That is the next thing to do. Robbie, I sent you a link.
Simon and Everett and the E's, I think, have already seen it.
Okay.
But
Oh, Kato was embarrassed by our dancing. Good,
what?
Kato. Thank you. We
That's what
succeeded.
parents are
We
supposed to do.
appreciate it. All right.
okay, so
Yes.
holy smokes, I'm
Are you
still
tired
trying-
from your dancing?
Yes, I'm winded by
Okay.
all my dancing.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show you a video.
Yeah.
That's sort of like a.
Oh, did you
not
find a
just-
different
I
video
found a
than the one I
different
sent you?
video. Matthew's
Okay.
ones weren't as
Oh, not up to
weren't
snuff.
as good as the
Okay.
ones that I
Fair
thought.
enough. Fair enough.
So anyway, so here is. Should I put us down there?
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah. Here are the astronauts.
here are the astronauts, and they have new kinds of spacesuits.
Okay. What's new about them?
On May
They just
30th,
look weird.
two NASA astronauts
Well, that's very
climbed
judgy.
inside a space capsule and launched on top
Look.
of a rocket. En route
There it
to
goes.
Can you imagine sitting on the space couch and
Wait.
getting blasted into
Listen,
space?
listen to how fast it went.
routine. But it's actually monumental for two different reasons.
Who is this person?
I don't know.
Why are we listening to this lady?
I don't know who this lady
Who is she?
But when I was watching this earlier and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I showed it, Jasper saw her and he goes, "Can I pull her hair?" And I was like, "No." What? But look how luxurious it was.
He
I think
wants
that's
to
why.
yank on that hair?
That's what he did.
All right, fair enough.
How fast was it going, you guys? Do you guys remember?
For starters, these are the first two American astronauts to launch to orbit
Yeah.
from American soil in the
Yeah.
What's so great about this video? Mine was a minute and 20 seconds
I know,
long and
but
covered
wait.
all of the
The
things.
company SpaceX, not NASA. It's a culmination of NASA's commercial crew.
Okay. Yeah.
And the first time a private company has ever launched humans to orbit. If the rest of this mission goes well,
Okay.
I do get his point. That hair looks very yankable.
This is the Crew Dragon, SpaceX's new crew capsule. It's designed specifically to launch on top of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket and ferry people to and from low Earth orbit. It's actually a modification of the company's Dragon cargo capsule.
Oh,
That's been taking supplies to the ISS for the last decade.
right.
But this one's outfitted with new bells and whistles.
This was the
life
first time they
support
put
systems,
people on it.
Yes.
sleek chairs, shiny touchscreen displays.
Ooh, shiny touchscreen displays.
SpaceX has also designed custom pressure suits.
Here we go.
They're meant to keep astronauts protected from the harsh environment of
That
space.
doesn't look like it's protecting
No.
you from anything.
Looks like a leather
And they're
jacket.
tailor-made for the needs of the capsule. Those are actually touchscreen gloves. for the
Touchscreen
Dragon's
gloves.
modern display.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, yeah.
The fact that she mentions touchscreen gloves
Yeah.
as being like the most notable thing about these spacesuits
When I
concerns me.
listen, when I go running in the winter with my gloves on, I
Yeah.
can't make my phone work
And
because
I
I don't have
suppose-
touchscreen gloves.
I suppose they called this like a giant. It's like an iPad rocket. So basically, all of the controls are by touch.
Like a
touchscreen.
Tesla. If you've ever been in a Tesla,
Yeah.
there's nothing inside but an iPad, and you tell the car what you want to do by pushing a button. Yeah.
So the fact that the mention of the spacesuits, it's not like it'll protect you from,
No.
I'm
I'm sure there are other things about the spacesuits. They look much more comfortable than the old ones, don't
Yeah,
they?
they're
The
not
other ones
walking around
looked
like
like you
this.
were a robot or something.
Yeah.
These just look like guys hanging out in a leisure wear. I like it.
But all right,
Yeah.
all right. I was a little bit suspicious when the biggest technological advance was having gloves that touch on a touchpad.
Well, since Robbi vetoed the videos I sent, the
Oh,
agenda's been thrown into disarray.
Oh.
We were going to watch them docking next, right?
well, we can watch
SpaceX
the
launch.
docking. Here.
Oh, I don't know. Oh no. Oh guys, what a mess.
It's a mess.
Okay, yeah.
This lady keeps talking. She's interested in like the political implications of SpaceX. Here's our guys.
Okay.
Here they. Oops.
What do they have to say?
Well, that's what they look like.
Okay.
And
are you judging their appearances?
No.
No. Okay.
I was just saying that's so you know who we're talking about.
Okay.
Where's the part? Here's the part where they're docking.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so the idea was the capsule was going to go up and then it had to dock with the International Space Station. So it gets really close and then they use micro thrusters to get it. Because if they crash into it and they break it, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad. All right.
So
After that, they'll climb back into the Crew Dragon, detach from the station, and make the perilous journey back to Earth.
oh gosh, I don't even want to think about that.
Parachutes will lower them gently into the ocean, where they'll be retrieved by a SpaceX
This didn't
boat.
actually happen. This is just
In the
a.
long
Well, that
term,
could be footage of one of the cargo
detach
ones
from the
coming
station
down. Who
and
knows?
Here we
dock
go.
with the
Wait,
islands
wait.
Come together.
Here's the
So,
docking part.
what now? Well, first, the astronauts need to finish
I don't
their
know why they
mission.
picked this lady.
Bob and Doug will dock with the ISS and spend a number of weeks on board. After that, they'll climb back into the Crew Dragon, detach
Okay.
from
So
the
you guys
station,
know,
and make
in the
the
video that I sent that Robbie refuses to tell you, it shows them coming through the portal, hugging the
Yes,
cosmonauts,
The-
standing together,
Okay.
looking
I'm
happy.
sorry. I'm gonna find that one again.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. I think we should probably proceed. In any case, there was a
it's
successful
here.
launch. There was happiness between. But there was a long
Now
commercial
I know there was a long
for.
commercial.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. This was the one, right? Was this the one?
I think so. Yeah.
Show some docking.
No, the one I sent you was 2 minutes long. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
All right. So here's the thing. When you send Robbie videos expecting her to slot them into your TV program after you thoughtfully research them and work them into your agenda, do not expect her to actually show them because she is a strong-willed person who somehow thinks that her videos are the superior choice.
Now, you know, that woman had lots and lots of interesting information.
You just
but
didn't want to share any of it with
well,
us?
no, but it was so spread out through the whole thing. I wish it
So the minute and 20-second video I sent that covered all of the facts might have been the better choice? Is that what you're saying?
was. I apologize. I had 3 minutes approximately to make a judgment on it.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So.
All right.
All right. So you guys, we tried.
Wait.
What?
What is the upshoot of all of this?
I don't
Like,
know.
What are we trying to share
I think
with you
what
guys?
was successful, what was cool, is that at the start
Yes.
of, accidentally, at the very start of Space Week, some people went to space.
Yes.
For the first time in a long time, American astronauts have gone into space. They successfully attached to the space station. Well, yes.
This is what I learned by listening to the lady.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Who was full of information
All right.
that had less to do with the space mission and more to do with geopolitics.
Mm-hmm.
Americans have been going to space, to the space station. But in order to get there, we've had to hitch rides on Russian rockets.
Oh, and we find that undignified?
We have to pay them for it.
Oh.
And then if they're like, sorry, no room on our rocket, we
Oh.
have to be like, I guess we can't do our space mission.
I see.
So that has happened, I guess, enough times that we were like, we better get our own rockets. So then they decided to have a competition between private companies to design this rocket. So Boeing and SpaceX were the two companies that they decided that were going to try to make this rocket. The reason why this is important is because if SpaceX develops the rocket, as they have, they can decide, or Boeing, they can decide now, we're not just going to send official NASA astronauts to space. We can put anybody on our rockets, just like the Russians put anybody on their rockets. Anybody who was willing to pay. The Russians
Including
could go
tourists.
including tourists.
So if you guys want to go to
that's the
space.
big idea. The reason why this is such a big deal is because now that SpaceX is starting to do successful launches, you can say, hey, I'd like to get a ride on the SpaceX rocket into space.
You'd better save your allowance now and for a long time.
Yes.
It's not going to be inexpensive.
It's going to be cheap. But they also want other private companies to see, we can start doing space travel.
Well, Boeing is still working on theirs.
Yes,
It's not
and
that
so
they're done.
they're
Yeah.
trying to encourage competition so that the more companies start doing this, the more they can lower costs and they can say, we have 10 companies who are building these rockets and need these specially constructed pieces. So since there's 12 of them, we can make 12 instead of just one, and it makes it cheaper and all of that stuff. So anyway, it was exciting, guys. It was exciting, and I didn't watch it in real time. I'm sorry. That stuff makes me anxious. I can't watch it.
I did watch it in real time, and it was exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for that scintillating recap,
Simon.
Robbie. Yes.
Knows a lot about rockets in
does.
space.
He does.
Russian rockets are called the Soyuz rocket.
Oh, thank you,
So
sir.
there you go.
Thank you.
And Simon did watch it
I'm
live.
a little afraid to move on with the agenda because I
because
feel like you
I
have a
changed
shadow
everything.
agenda. Would you like to promote your agenda first?
that was the only thing I changed.
All right. I'll share the videos that I wanted to show with you
I
guys
have them up, but
later.
they're not loading.
All
I don't
right?
know what the problem
All right.
is.
Robbie, you were going to read Even Ninjas Eat Asparagus
Yes.
because it is the book that has a panel that has to do with space. We haven't done a lot of space-themed literature thus far.
That
you
is
guys.
not true.
Oh.
Matthew has written an entire middle grade novel.
But it is not yet
about
published.
space.
It is not
it's
yet.
not yet published. We have sent it to publishers, and nobody has bitten yet.
Well, they're nibbling. They're
nibbling.
tasting it. They're sniffing it and seeing if it seems like something that would pair well with their Merlot.
And I just want to tell you,
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best things that Matthew's ever written.
Thanks, Robbi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But, somebody has to think that it's a good thing for them.
other than Robbi has
That's right.
to think that.
Well, there's other people. Our agent Meredith also says that she likes it quite a bit, and
Yes.
Meredith is a straight shooter.
Yeah.
So, leads
She
me to
wouldn't
believe.
lie
So
to
there's
us.
2 people I admire
in the entire
who like it.
world.
So this book takes place on the moon.
Yes.
It's science fiction. Here we're jumping ahead.
Oh, we are.
Where
I'm
where we say oh no, we're jumping ahead to the next show actually, you guys. Yeah.
Wait, what?
We're supposed to talk about science fiction in the second program.
Oh,
of the-
jeez.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, was I supposed to read this book now? Is that what's happening?
Well, you guys, Robbi and I are going to right now make a pledge to you, which is that tomorrow before the show, we're going to talk to each other before the show about what the show is
I'd like
about.
to tell you something.
Tell us.
I signed up my children for a bunch of summer camps.
This is an important disclaimer. This is an important explanation
Yes.
of surrounding and mitigating
Yes.
factors. Go ahead, Robbi.
I signed them up for a bunch of summer camps that
Yeah.
were supposed to be Zoom-based summer camps.
Yeah.
We still have 2 weeks of school left, but summer camps started today.
And they signed up for a scavenger hunt in which
Yes.
they are competing to win a $1,000 gold nugget.
Yes.
So there's great excitement about
Yes.
that. So 3 different educational systems all overlapped this morning,
Yes.
making Robbi's morning a frazzled affair.
And many of them did not work. So there was so many monkey buttons, you guys. So many shenanigans up until the very last
There were
minute.
some monkey levers. There was a monkey trampoline. There were
Yeah.
some monkey vines.
Yeah.
A monkey pit full of snakes.
Yeah.
A monkey greasy pole that
Yeah.
Robbi had to climb. There were all sorts of monkey
It was
factors.
such a monkey obstacle course. I
Yeah.
can't even tell you.
And I had some monkey work to do,
Yeah.
so I wasn't monkey
And all of our children
helpful.
are like monkey frustrated.
Monkey discombobulated.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe the theme of the week is officially space, but I think the real theme of the week
sub-theme?
is entropy, which is the governing force by which all particles in the universe are moving away from each other toward eventual disorder. Just an absolute stillness and total diversification of matter, where everything is moving at the same speed, equally far away from each other.
That was very confusing.
It's a
definition
blissful
of
state
entropy.
in which agendas cannot be heeded.
Yeah.
Because agendas no longer exist.
Yeah.
In time and space as we know it is unrecognizable.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
what the theme of the week
basically
really
chaos,
is.
right?
Well, no, it's the
Entropy
opposite
is-
of chaos,
oh.
I think. I think it's complete lack of chaos. I think it is
Order?
utter order because everything is equally spread out. I
Please
think
somebody
so.
look up entropy because I feel like we were giving you some bad information.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Robbi, can you riff
I'm
for a
gonna
second?
read.
We're gonna get
Oh,
gonna
okay.
get a new theme, which is entropy.
Oh, look. Ella's Zoom class login didn't work for us either today.
Oh, boy.
Yes, indeed. We had several of those incidents today.
All right, are you ready?
Maybe Zoom's just on the fritz today.
Entropy.
It updated.
Entropy.
Okay,
In
entropy.
thermodynamics, a function of thermodynamic variables as temperature, pressure, or composition that is a measure of the energy that is not available for work during a thermodynamic process. That's
What?
not right. That's
Come
not
on.
right. Come
that
on.
doesn't make any sense.
Here we go. A hypothetical tendency for the universe to attain a state of maximum homogeneity in which all matter is at a uniform temperature. Heat death. Okay?
Oh,
So,
that was all good up until heat death.
temperature is a function of speed, you guys.
What?
If something is
yeah.
hot, it's because particles are moving really quickly, and if something is cold, it's just because particles are moving slower. Entropy is about everything getting all spread out and particles all moving at the same lower speed. A doctrine of inevitable social decline and degeneration is the other meaning of this. Guys, this theme got dark. Let's move on. Let's go back to space.
Okay.
All right, we had a little sojourn with entropy as our theme, but I don't think it's going to take us to beautiful places.
Well, I think our household
is in an entropic state.
Is in an entropic state
Yeah.
based on the social disorder dysfunction.
We're going to do better
definition.
tomorrow. That's guys. This
Yeah.
is what we're doing right now. Is giving you a life lesson
Woo!
in what happens when you have a rough morning with lots of Zooms and lots of monkey levers.
Well,
We're trying to reorganize
We've been
here.
informed on the sidebar that we need to update Zoom.
Oh, do
Thank
we
you,
need,
everyone.
do we need to do that now?
Yes, we do.
You know what? I updated Zoom because my friend Robin sent me a link to
I
update
did not
Zoom.
update Zoom.
Did you get
I
Robin's
did get
urge
Robin's
and you
link
didn't
and
do
I
it?
didn't do it.
Aha! There's
So it's
another
all
lesson.
my fault.
No.
Universal entropy is my fault.
No, just some of the things are your fault.
All right.
Just showing the wrong videos this morning is your fault. All right. Space Week begins. Robbie, do you want to
boy.
skip Even Ninjas Eat Asparagus
No.
and move on to talking about your big pencil? Because that's something that we have.
No, because I wanted to find my big pencil.
Okay. All right.
And
So
I don't have it.
all right.
But I'll talk about it.
So I will read this book while you look for your big pencil. Is that how we should do it?
No, I'm gonna look for my big pencil, not on your time, on my own time.
Oh, we'll show it like a different day.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
But
Okay.
I'll talk about my big
All right.
pencil.
Even ninjas. Even ninjas.
Even ninjas.
Need asparagus. Ninjas. It's pronounced ninjas as far as I know. You guys, I don't know. I would be running for the hills if I were you right now. We're
Yeah,
not delivering quality
this
content
is
this morning.
The
Whew.
worst.
No.
Hey! Thomas made a video on the heat death of the universe.
I hope you are going to share that with us, Thomas. I hope
I
that is
hope
part.
it involves all of my Zoom passwords burning up in a giant
No,
fire.
I hope it does not. All right, if we're going to read this book, we need to
Okay.
get started, Robbie
All right.
Bear. All right, I think you'd better do it.
Oh, and I said that I was going to make us disappear.
Oh, don't do
because-
it. No, people like to see us down. Oh! Ugh, worst. All right. Who's reading this book?
I
The
can
agenda
read it.
says it's you, which
Oh.
probably means I should read it,
I was
right?
gonna
Because
say,
we're not
we're not
following the
following the
agenda.
agenda.
Here you go.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Even ninjas eat asparagus. It's hard to be a kid. You're always too small. You're never in charge. You have to do what other people say. But here's the truth. Maybe it'll make you feel better to hear it. You're not the only one who suffers. You might not know, but even lion tamers have to make their beds in the morning. And even the biggest, strongest, fastest football players have to do their homework. Sometimes vampires need to get cavities filled. And even ninjas eat asparagus. Oh, get ready. Here's where we talk about
Space theme! Look at that entropy happening!
It's also true that astronauts
Woo, woo!
had to take out the garbage. I wonder
Oh.
if those two guys had to take out the garbage before they went up into space.
Well, at their homes they did. I
I
doubt that they
imagine-
were wearing their super cushy spacesuits while they did it. That's
But
probably
they
against
could
NASA.
have. They could
No.
have because they're so comfortable. And they could have looked at their iPhones while they were taking out the garbage because their gloves work on iPhones.
Well, in the new version of this book, Robbie, you can add
Yeah,
an
I
iPhone
can
in his hand.
add him doing
Yeah.
iPhone
There
work.
you go.
Okay. And rock and roll singers sometimes get haircuts. And the very best tuba players have to clean up when they make a mess. Isn't that what a tuba sound makes? Occasionally, even doctors have to go to the doctor.
Indeed.
And even the speediest and most daring race car drivers brush their teeth before bed, which must be hard to do with a helmet on. It might please you to hear that even the meanest, toughest kids have to clean out the litter box. And even the president wears underwear. At least we hope he does. I mean, we don't have any proof.
We don't.
We don't
And
have
frankly,
any
I don't
proof.
want proof.
Believe it or not, even the most famous opera singers have to be quiet sometimes. And the toughest, sweatiest professional wrestlers have to be nice to their bratty little sisters. It might never have occurred to you, but even your favorite teacher has to go to the bathroom. And the loneliest lumberjacks still have to share. Even the howlingest werewolves have to be brave when the lights go out. And bug-eyed, rampaging, snaggle-toothed space aliens have to move away when their families do.
It's hard to be an alien.
It is. And even big, strong King Kong has to go to bed when his mom says so.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Even when you're all grown up,
Yes.
you'll still have to take out the garbage and fold the laundry and clean up when you make a mess. But you'll get to choose what you're going to be while you make your bed and fold your socks, whether it's a zookeeper or an architect or an Arctic explorer or anything else you might think of. Engineer, dancer, senator, carpenter, monk, banker, sailor, actor, chef, activist, farmer, biologist, executive, pilot, musician, artist, spy, but hopefully not a vampire. Vampire!
I wish there were a college where you could go to learn how to be a
become
vampire. Or some sort of test that you had. What's happening?
There's paper rustling under the table that's driving me crazy.
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. That is Even Ninjas Eat
Please bring them back
Asparagus.
so that they can see.
I know, I'm trying to...
the-
There we are.
Hi, guys.
Okay, so,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
back to the space theme. Thank you, Simon, for reminding us what these astronauts' names were.
Oh.
Bob Benkin and Doug Hurley.
Okay, Bob and Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We'd
guys.
like to give credit where it's due. I just forgot their names.
I would also like to argue that
Yes.
even though it says Matthew Swanson and Robbi Bear in the front of this
Yes.
book, there were about 1,000 other people who did lots of things
Yes.
to make this book possible. Bob and Doug, tip of the iceberg, my
iceberg.
friends.
Yeah.
There are people who had to design that, who had to put in all the safety protocols, who had to make those suits, who had to plan the mission. Bob and Doug are just a very little part of a huge, sprawling enterprise that involved thousands of other people
Yes.
and their talents and their effort and their educations and all sorts of things.
One of my favorite things in space launches is not the actual launch. It's when they show the command room with all of the people who are then so excited when it is successful, and they're all clapping and cheering and hugging each other. That makes me super happy.
That's why Robbi got this, you guys, because this is the closest she can get to launching a rocket.
That's right.
She got her control deck,
Yes.
her stream deck, so that she can push buttons, and she hopes that someday something like a rocket launch will happen.
No, I don't want to launch any rockets. I'm not interested in rocket launching. However,
Yes.
I do like pushing buttons.
Abby is so good about letting us know when the show is about to end.
Oh, thank you, Abby.
I think we're going to end this show
yes.
and cross our fingers that the next show
Goes
is
a
a
little
little more
better.
respectable.
Yeah,
all right?
sorry.
I already have my pants on at this point.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. There were some people who saw it actually saw it flying. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Awesome. All right, friends.
Everett's dad saw it in the sky at 10 o'clock.
Well, Everett's dad is
In the-
a rocket scientist.
rocket scientist.
So he probably knows where to look and
Yeah.
probably has the right equipment and also the conviction of knowing, like, yeah, that's my peeps up there. So I'm just saying, you know.
I'm sure I saw a lot of things in the sky yesterday
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock, and I had no idea what they
Yeah,
were.
whenever I see a burrito flying around in the
Yeah.
sky, I feel
That Matthew's
kinship
on
with
it.
it. Yeah,
Matthew's
like
on that.
that's my
Yeah.
kind. All right, friends,
Yes,
we'll see you in a moment.
We'll see you on the other
If
stream.
anyone here is like, how do I find you on the other channel? Go to the Robbi and Matthew YouTube page and click on the next stream. It will say Robbi and Matthew read Chapter 7 of The Real McCoys, because that is what we're going to do.
All right.
All right. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
friends. I'm going to find that right now.
Good.